But don't feel bad.
The whole time I went.
Let's say that's another topic.
I think, we don't start.
The link below, do you see it? Why are you watching me still? You haven't clicked the link yet. Click it. Click it. Click the link right now.
It's cold. Like I'm feeling the cold.
Really? I'm actually very
Yes.
Oh, I'm pretty cold. Dude,
Both
I'm
of y'all
feeling
warm?
good. Yeah, I'm feeling really good. Oh, 2 nights ago when I was struggling after the second COVID shot. Wouldn't say that. Oh my God. It was horrible. I had the chills like you would not believe. I leave the apartment up to like 79 degrees. I went to turn on the air and I was still freezing.
What? Okay, well,
Yeah.
we were going to get to the financial industry, but
Yeah.
let's go into the COVID shot. I
Yeah.
haven't had anyone on
Yeah.
that's had the vaccine.
I just had my second one. I had it on Sunday. And the first one was fine. I didn't have any problems.
Which one did you get?
Pfizer.
Pfizer? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
So the second one here now, and then I started questioning myself. Maybe I shouldn't have put it the other arm because you know, even in Jamaica, when we come from Jamaica, we have like a little spot on our arms where you see all these vaccines that you have to take before you come here.
Really?
Right? Yeah, I still have those marks. Maybe because my skin keloid or whatever, but it's here.
Yeah.
A lot of Jamaicans have that, and I'm thinking, well, since they did the first one here, let's do this one, right? So then they do this one, and I'm thinking, see, I should let them do that one, because I mean, the chills was like out of this world, and that was fine. I got up Monday morning, everything. I did an appointment. I did our Monday morning meeting, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I ran an appointment, and by 11 o'clock, freezing.
Wow.
Freezing. And this thing just came over me, and then I feel weak, and then you feel like you were getting a flu. That's how I felt.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because
You're
they
gonna come down with the flu.
inject you with the virus.
With the virus. Well, no, it's not the virus. It's not the virus they inject you with. But,
Take it back, not the virus.
Yeah, it's not the virus. But, it is supposed to do its job. That's what it's supposed to do.
Right.
So I'm like, so my daughter got her second one today. So I'd be interested to see what happens with her tomorrow. But then again, if I don't ask her of stuff, you would never know. Because like I said, my daughter just doesn't complain about anything.
Really?
No. To just live her life.
Wow. That's a very male trait.
Yeah. She's just very cool. She'll probably sleep through most of it because she doesn't wake up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She used to go to school, Cypress Creek. She graduated about maybe 3 years ago at 18. However, I was able to defer her diploma. So when you defer the diploma, she's allowed to stay in school till she's 22 because she's not going anywhere else. Right? She's not going to go to college. She's not going anywhere else. So they keep them there till they turn 22. And then at 22, you're finished. They give you the diploma and everything, and you're finished.
Anybody can do that?
No, she's special needs.
Oh,
Special
okay.
class,
Special.
IEP.
Okay.
Yeah. So now that she's out of school, she misses her friends. She has nothing more to do. She's just home. She sleeps. Like I said, she's up late. She sleeps all day. She wakes up. She washes dishes. As soon as she wakes up. It could be a fork in the sink. She's over there at the sink. She's washing because that's what they've trained her to do. They've trained her to make her bed. They've trained her to, wash dishes. Do chores.
Wow.
Sweep up. So when she wakes up, that's what she does. She brushes her teeth. She comes out. She goes to the sink. If there's one spoon or a fork or whatever sitting in there, she'll wash that, put it away. Then she'll go get the broom, and she sweeps up.
Wow.
You go in her room. Her bed is all made up. Her room is straightened up. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I realized that was what instilled in her, and she still has that.
She still does it.
Yeah.
That's actually helpful.
Yeah, it is. But they train them to try to be able to take care of themselves. If they had to live alone.
Yeah.
I couldn't see her living alone at this rate because, again, if she has seizures, even though it's something where as long as she doesn't fall and hit her head or anything, it's not something that's going to kill her. She's on medication. She just started taking medical marijuana about maybe the past 2 years now, which has slowed the seizures down somewhat.
Really?
She doesn't have them as often as she used to have them. No, which is great.
But she's not taking the. But what kind of dose are they giving her?
Well, it's oil. It's an oil.
So
It's the only medication. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I missed that, but at the point when she got it, was the only medication that was approved by the FDA for epilepsy. the only medical marijuana that was approved. You know, you hear about the CBD and blah blah.
Yeah,
that's
all
not
that
what this
type of
is.
stuff.
This is the medication and we strive for this for a long time. I mean, we've been working for this for years. We were on Channel 7 news.
You was?
Yeah, her and I, when John Morgan first introduced trying to get medical marijuana to be, you know, on the.
He talks about it now.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I remember the Epilepsy Foundation was looking for a family that would be willing to interview on TV with Christopher Heath, Channel 7 News.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we'll do it. So they came to the house, you know, with the camera equipment and everything, and, you know, did an interview, you know, and then they did a story on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And
Wow.
they did that twice. They did that the first year, and then they came back for a follow-up the next year. And by this time now, they were able to have as many doctors that signed off to be able to do what they need to do to be able to write a script for it. So now it's you know, it's great. She hates it because it doesn't taste good, you know. But I'm like, cause she'll take if I put out the medicine and the 2 syringes with the amount of that she needs, she'll take the pills and go about her business, and then I'll come back. I'm like, dude, why is this still sitting here? Why? She makes up all kind of, oh, my belly hurts. It makes my belly. She makes up all kind of excuses. All kind of excuses.
don't
I'm like,
like
I
it.
don't care what it does. Take it.
Wow.
Take it.
Wow.
So she's like, oh, Mom, you don't understand. Yeah, I probably don't understand, but for
Yeah.
right now, you gotta take it.
Yeah, you gotta take it.
Yeah.
You gotta take
So
it.
yeah, so
Whatever
it definitely
helps.
slowed the seizures down for sure. Because she
Yeah.
used to get them all the time. Now she can probably go about maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and not get
Wow.
one.
Wow.
Yeah. So she'll never drive because you have to be 6 months seizure free to drive.
They don't want you behind that wheel and
Yeah.
something
And
happens.
she don't see that. Matter of fact, I drive her now. She drives in the back of the car. I don't even drive her in the front.
No?
No, never. And if you know, like I have a friend, my friend Donna, that we're very close. I always tell Donna, if something happens to me, I want you to take care of her, you know. And I'm like, listen, don't let her drive in the front seat, because she'll do whatever she tell you to drive in the front seat. Let her drive back there. Because
Yeah.
my thing is the seat, the thing in the front of the car,
The airbag?
the airbags.
Yeah.
I worry about the airbags because God forbid something happens and it deploys. It's going to deploy in her face, and that's where her brain is. You know, so we don't want any more trauma to the brain that's already there.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just better she rides in the back.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah,
So you're in the financial industry.
yeah.
You're in the financial industry. Is that something that you always wanted to do? Was that something that you were doing when you
I
were married?
wouldn't have
or-
said that. I wouldn't have said that. I don't know if I want to tell you the real reason.
You got to go into all of that.
Yeah, I did the real reason. But anyway, so I became a realtor first.
Oh, you started real estate,
back in 2008, and that's when the market fell. I remember like it was yesterday, getting my license, and the market dropped. Right, and I remember sitting in my bed and looking at the license and going, "Geez, so we're gonna do with this now."
Yep.
I don't know what to do with it. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
nothing's going on. I mean, a lot of houses on short sale and foreclosure, and I didn't know enough about that because in school we didn't learn about all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they touched on it, maybe yeah, but it wasn't like, you know, what was happening. So I let the license lapse. 2 years went by, it lapsed, and then I decided I wanted to do it again. So I had to go back to school,
Yeah,
take the
so-
state exam again.
Again.
Yeah. So, and since then, it's been that way. And then about 4 years ago, I found the company that I'm with now, you know, WFG. I've been with them for like 4 years. Wasn't a full steady 4 years. I started, and then I was like, this is not for me. So I went back to work.
Yeah.
And then about a year or so later on, I ran into one of my son's friend that was in WFG, and he was like, "Hey, would you ever come back?" I'm like, "Are you kidding? Hell no." No, I said, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Those businesses, network. I've had enough. I've been doing this since I was 18. Amway, World Ventures, YTB, ACN.
Wow.
I did Amway twice. I mean, because to me, that's what I was always told that is the only way you're going to get rich besides winning the lottery, right? Is to be in that type of a business, network marketing business.
Network marketing?
Yeah. And I looked it up, and sure enough, right?
Really?
So it's just a matter of finding the right one.
Yeah.
So when I thought about it, I was getting ready to lose my job again. It was April of 2017, and I was like, well, maybe I should try that again. So I called up my friend. I was like, hey, Eric, I said, listen, how would I get back in WFG?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, first of all, see if your license is still good, if everything's okay with your license. I can make some calls, see everything, see if you can come over. But this time I'm going to go to a whole new team. Right, than where I was.
Yeah.
And this team, I love this team. This team, they were hype. They're young. They're a lot of them for Dominican Republic, and I get along better with younger people than I get along with people my own age. Yes.
That means you have a young spirit.
Yes, I do. There's no song out there that's playing that my kids will ask me, hey mom, who sing that? Yeah. I know. Listen to my playlist. My Apple playlist is about 300 records long.
Yeah.
Right, and it's all today's stuff. I'm a Cardi B fan. Love Cardi B.
Hey,
up and up and it's up. That's my. Well, I'm in the car jamming. So that's how that is. But I've always liked the idea. When I sold my first house, I remember that feeling, right? And I remember how the family felt.
Yeah.
So I started concentrating on that a lot, and that's what being able to also do financial services. I bring the two of them together. So when I sell a house, we're sitting down a week after you've moved in.
Wow.
And then we're talking about where your finances are. First of all, you need some personal mortgage insurance.
Yeah.
Because where it is where you can get insurance for, like the mortgage company will have you insure the house, that if you die, the house gets paid off.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, how about if the money, you can get that money?
Yeah, I prefer that.
Right. So that's what I provide. I provide it so that if something happens, your family gets the money.
Yeah.
And then what if you get sick? The mortgage company's policy doesn't really help you that way either. They're still looking for their money every month.
What about AFLAC?
Well, you can get AFLAC. AFLAC is like a
it's not really insurance.
It's not insurance. It's just like a supplemental thing, right? Like I myself have life insurance, but I could probably get an AFLAC to kind of help boost what I got. You know what I mean? Because AFLAC, like for instance, when my friend Donna's daughter got shot and was in the hospital, they came in, they did whatever, she got paid.
Oh, they paid her?
Oh, they paid her. I mean, paid her some good money, right?
Wow.
But the policy that I have also is going to also kick in. Might not be the same right quick way, but I'm also going to get some money from there depending on what's wrong with me in the hospital. So I just love that. And I just feel like families need to have something.
Yeah.
You need to have something, especially if you have children. That's all I worry about. Right? I wouldn't care less. But I worry, especially my daughter. See, those boys, they can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
One works, he's an underwriter for a big mortgage company, right? My son, but this one now, she will never have a job, can't take care of herself. So to me, the money that I take out in insurance is for her. Something happens, I know I can rest easy knowing that there's money there for her to get.
Now with that money, can you tell it where to go?
Yeah.
You have to have a will in order to do that?
You should have one, but when it comes to the insurance company, you have a beneficiary.
But like, the only thing you can tell it to do is go to that person.
Right.
But you can't
or whoever piece of that, not just one person, whoever you got listed on the paper.
But you can't dictate what they do with it, right?
As in, what do you mean?
Like with your daughter's situation.
Well, in that situation, yes.
You would want her to get
in that situation, I will set something up for her.
Okay, so that's what.
Yeah.
And so the insurance company will do that?
No, they're just going to give the money to who it needs to go to.
Okay.
I need to tell them now within the will where it's supposed to go.
Okay.
Right.
I was going to say that's good, and it brings me to multiple streams of income, because I believe COVID showed a lot of people
what they can do,
man, because multiple when that main income goes, and the thing about it is, which I think it shook a lot of people. I was fortunate enough to where I was able to work my job. I was considered essential. So we were essential the whole way, like the whole way. But
you still worked at the job? You didn't work out?
I've been going to work since, like, I ain't even slow down. They didn't give us no days, no nothing. Keep coming in, y'all.
Yeah.
Like it was no COVID.
Wear your mask and come in, right?
Wear your mask and come in.
Okay.
But so whatever, I'm still there. I think what shook a lot of people was when the shutdown happened. When the shutdown happened, it wasn't like, oh, you're gonna be gone this amount of time, and then you get covered and all that stuff. It was like your job's gone, and it was just so abruptly, and a lot of people were losing jobs. Like I was in an Uber the other day, and the Uber driver said, I went from making all this money as a truck driver. I was making great money as a truck driver to all of a sudden, and he owned a Corvette as a truck driver, so I was living out of my Corvette and I had to come down over
That's
here.
a pretty hard live.
And he said,
a Corvette.
Yeah, he had to swap out a car. He dropped the Corvette and got a Ford something. I forgot what he had. But I mean, from being this truck driver, making all this type of money, COVID hitting, you're living out of your car.
Well,
that's a crazy
that's
transition.
why it's nice to be in a situation where you're in a recession-proof business. That's what you got to find yourself into, because instead of when the COVID hit, we didn't slow down, right? So
real estate
to me,
or financial?
Both.
Either? Wow.
Both, especially with the financial though, because like I said, I hire business partners.
Yeah.
Right, and it was just in Orlando at the time. Right, that was just. But it allows us now to I am actually now business partners with like, oh my gosh, maybe 14, 15 different states.
Wow.
I am licensed in about maybe 9 or 10 of those states.
Wow.
Right? So it's been awesome. I'm like, man. And I mean, the great thing about it, some of them I met last week for the first time.
Yeah.
When we hugged each other, it was like, oh my God, it's you. It was like,
you already developed that.
We had that relationship already developed,
Yeah.
And it was so cool.
Wow.
So I say to myself, you got to have something. I mean, keep your job. And that's what when I try to get people to come work with me, I'm like, listen, I'm not telling you to leave your job.
Yeah.
Just come see what you can do outside of the job.
Yeah.
Work on it part-time.
Yeah.
And they're like, you reach out to people on social media, nobody reaches back. I'm like, okay, good, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it without you. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
Especially people that worked at Disney. You know how many people Disney laid off and did not take back on? Even though the park is open,
Wow.
there's still a bunch of people that's laid off from there that
Wow.
Disney never called back. Maybe they will when they fully open. I don't know.
Yeah.
But all this time, these people have been sitting without anything.
But see, I'm not telling a person don't have two jobs, but the reason I never held two jobs is because I still got to be there for that hourly, and I can only be there so long, So I mean, especially if it's not two full-time jobs, if it's like a full-time and a part-time or two part-times, two part-times, you might as well just one full-time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like a full-time and a part-time. That part-time is just gas to get to your full-time.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where if you can't get a full-time job and you have to have multiple part-times, then that's fine because it all equals out to one full-time anyways.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's that word job. It's like my friend Donna said. Donna's like my bestie, man. Donna said, I'm allergic to a job. Donna said, I've not worked a job in over 20-something years. And I'm like,
wow.
I have not worked a job in 4 years, since 2017. So I haven't not even nowhere near close to her 20-something years. She said, man, I'm just allergic to the job. She's like, get there, and like 2 months later, they fire me, and I'm just... So and now I see the freedom. I don't like. Yeah. And I think if I had to go back to a job right now, it would kill me.
You probably couldn't.
Unless, it's funny because my son's, company that he works with, they were looking to hire somebody, but, it was either outside or inside. So I said, well, the only way I'll do that is if it's inside. You work inside?
Maybe. That hourly.
Daniel, you're just like
that hourly, that freedom.
it's not that we're talking about. I said that. I said I would because I the thing about it is I did the interview, right?
You did?
I did, and I did so well on there. They give you that some type of test. This most jobs are doing that now. Some type of
test?
yeah. And she was so blown out of the water from the results that she was telling everybody in the office, about these results. And I'm like, okay. And every so often she calls me. She goes, so what about this job? I'm like, where's it? Well, it's in Longwood. I said, no. I don't want to drive that far. No. I just keep coming up with something.
This is you. Yeah,
I just don't want to. I mean, just the thought of it.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's home, because home gives you still a little bit more freedom.
That's different.
It's different.
That's different.
Right? Because I see my son sometimes he walks around and I'm like, dude, what you doing? Oh, I just went and get a drink. And go back upstairs.
My thing is like the way I'm at now, like before was I wanted to make a certain amount of money, and I still do want to make a certain amount of money. I want to make a ton of money doing media and being a filmmaker. But I want that freedom.
Yeah.
Like I want not to say that you're not going to do anything, but I want to move on I want to create my schedule. That's where I'm at now in my life.
It's the sweetest thing ever.
And I don't know if anyone from my job is watching this right now, but because they know what I'm doing.
Yeah. But you're talking your mind. Talk your mind.
So my thing is this. My thing with a job, and I still have one. But my thing with a job is, you will never. Let me not say that, because some people may have some dope jobs. As far as where I'm at, I'm not gonna make my hourly, the hourly that I want to make there. My thing is, I want to write my hourly. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain amount I want to make an hour, and I know I'm not gonna get it there.
Of course not. I can attest
you know what I'm
to
saying?
that.
I know I'm not gonna get it there.
Yeah.
And not to say that because it's a dope company, I work for a good company, but I mean, you're not gonna give me that, and that's what's important to me.
And what's important to me is freedom, as I was saying to Oksana.
Yeah.
We had a couple of events went on in Georgia a couple weeks ago, so I flew to Georgia, took my daughter. When I travel, I take her with me. And then this past weekend again, oh no, let's go on Georgia. Okay, I don't have to call a job. I need to leave.
I need some time off.
And then when I get there, they're like, well, how long you stay? I'm like, well, I don't even know. Let me see. Yeah, all right, maybe 3 days, 4 days. I don't know, whatever, what I feel like.
Yeah.
I own that. You don't know what that feels like. I own that.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing for me as well too. And then too, I have young ones. I have little ones.
Yeah, that too.
And then when I come home,
yeah, but it's fun to take them.
Well, I wouldn't take them. They stay with grandma. But like, but my thing is when I'm home, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired, and then I got to work on the other stuff. And I have to do that other stuff, because if I don't do that other stuff, then I'll just stay at a job. We can't do that. We can't do that, Donna. That's why I didn't sleep last night. I haven't slept. I'm going on.
You gotta have
over 24 hours right now.
So I decided I didn't want to work any longer than 60 years old, which for me right now leaves me 4 more years. So I have 4 more years to get everything in line that I need to get in line, and to make passive income. Passive, not so much. Well, residual too, but passive is the one that I wake up in the morning and
there you go.
Bank account.
There you go.
Deposit was made last night. Okay.
Passive income.
Let's see now what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
That's what goes in my mind.
See, and that's what I'm thinking about too. Like, I'm 35, and me and Oksana talk about this a lot. Like, I'm thinking about like my kids getting older. They're either going to school or doing whatever they want to do. Me, I'm pushing like whatever you want to do, just do something to the fullest.
Right.
Whatever. If you're going to go to school, you need to be the best person in school. If you want to start this business, if you want to own something, if you want to go to corporate America, I won't discourage them from getting a job. Whatever you want to do. If you're going to do it, you own it then.
Yeah.
Run it then.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and be someone that clocks in.
But just make sure they have the information, because you have enough information to give them. It's not like, I think I said this to somebody yesterday. The fact of the matter is our parents didn't teach us. That's, when it comes to finances even. Yeah. There's so much, we could be so much better today. Our parents didn't teach us. But again, I don't blame them. because they were not taught
They
either,
didn't know it either. Yeah.
right? So you know better.
Yeah.
So you just do better.
Yeah. Based off of what you've seen over, your lifetime, would you say that Black people are more financially conscious now than previous years?
Now more so.
More so, yeah.
Now
I
more
asked
so.
that question because
I can even say it for myself. I was not then, but I'm more so now.
the reason I said is because me and my brother were talking, and we were saying that the 30-year-olds of today, the Black male 30-year-olds of today are like on some other stuff right now. like their parents, they're at home with their children. I mean, they're being fathers. They're financially like on it. Like they're giving information back. Like now, I'm not gonna say I've never seen a 30-year-old generation like this before, because I'm just not old enough to pay attention. But I'm seeing a lot of 30-year-old Black men just like killing it right now.
That's my son, the oldest one. Oh my gosh. I'm like, hey, what's up? What you doing? Working? And then I go, hey, what you doing? I go, no, don't tell me. Working.
He working on something.
He's working. No, he's working. He's working. He's an underwriter, I told you. And, I mean, houses are like hotcakes right now. So he's always working. And then there was a lot of overtime, and he's working. But then he takes a break. He flies to Puerto Rico for a few days, come back, and like get himself all together again. Go to Miami this other weekend and come back. That's how it should be. If you feel he's also, he's into real estate investing as well. So
he's an underwriter, so he's in real estate investing.
I wanted them to be entrepreneurial like me. They just didn't really get that entrepreneurial bug the way I did. I mean, but as I see it coming on later on, and I'm proud of them, especially my first son. He's, like I said, don't give me a lot of trouble. And I don't have to worry about him as much. But and he's probably most of the time always home. Just want him to find a nice, preferably Jamaican women. That's that. Oh, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Someone over there.
Yeah, so that's what I would like, and I'd be happy.
Yeah. Well, American one, or do you want him to go to?
No, as long as they got the culture.
Got the culture.
Yeah, and they can cook.
Man,
the way Mama cooks.
What you cooking then?
So
I need to know.
Yeah, I cook oxtail, stew peas, peanut gallery over there.
Yeah, she
curry goat, curry chicken.
Curry chicken is my thing.
And you know what? My kids don't like it. They don't know. They don't like curry chicken. They don't.
Whenever you make curry chicken, don't you worry about it. I will, take them off their hands.
All right, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Because I'm such
a lot of times it goes in the fridge and then eventually goes to the garbage.
See, because you know what? I will spare. I'm such a nice guy. I will.
As long as you come, like Brian comes sometimes, like when I cook. Brian will come. So if you want to come,
I know Brian will come.
That boy walks around with his belly, yo. So but he can cook now too. No, don't get me wrong.
Cook?
Oh, what? He can throw down.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I know his family. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, man. He bought some jerk chicken by my house with that, and I was making fun. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. So then after he left, I was down there. This is on point. I don't even know. I could make jerk chicken that good. But don't tell him I said that.
Listen, let me tell you something. Caribbean food, oh my gosh.
Yes.
It got a space in my heart. I think when God was designing me and making me, the thorn in my side was Caribbean food.
She don't cook Caribbean food?
She a little bit. She could do it. Yeah.
I'm asking the question.
All right. Listen, let me tell you something. And the funny thing about it was, when I first talked to her, when I first met her, I didn't know she was Jamaican. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But see, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
That's it. So if I can just find a couple more like her, we're all right. I know they're out there. Just
They out there. They out there. I appreciate you sitting down here talking to me.
I appreciate you
Let
having
the
me.
people know how they can get in touch with you, where they can find you, your socials and all that good stuff.
Okay, you can reach me at my email is Donna at DMarieSalesHouses.com, and my phone number is 407-693-6260.
Dope. So, thank you guys so much for watching the sit down. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Oh, thank you for subscribing, because you don't watch my stuff and not subscribe. You're not the type of people. So thank you so much for subscribing. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Deuces. Fist bump. That's what we do. Boom. Yeah.